What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back. It's your boy J Reacts TV, man. And we back again with another video. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, we're gonna react to Patrick CC. Almost forgot his name, right? Patrick CC. Patrick CC. The disturbing case of Kyle Massey. So if y'all don't know who Kyle Massey is, he's the brother. He played the brother in That's So Raven, right? He played a brother in That's So Raven. And then I wound up having a spin-off to his own shit called Corey in the House. So this is the early 2000s. I'm talking 2006, 2007, 2008 type of deal. Maybe 2009. No later than like 2012. This shit came out. I'm not gonna lie. Like about 2012, this shit was niggas is on to other shit. But anyways, without further ado, man, make sure I like. Sorry, hold on. Make sure I like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure I turn on that post. Make sure that bell's on so y'all know when I upload. And without further ado, man, let's get into this video. Wait. And if you're watching this from YouTube, how y'all doing? I ain't gonna lie, I miss y'all niggas. Y'all been showing a lot of love. I swear to God. Like, y'all been showing a lot of love. I ain't gonna front. And I can't even, like, I gotta hold back my tears, my excitement for y'all. Because y'all really just been doing y'all thing right now. I can't even lie. Let me go back to Big Screw real quick. I can't even lie. Y'all been doing y'all thing. I want to appreciate y'all, and I want to say, if you haven't already, make sure y'all go to the link in the description box down below. Go to the Twitch, please. I beg of you, please. Go on the Twitch, hit that follow button, and if you really fuck with me, hit that sub button, man. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, and make sure y'all tell me that y'all coming from Twitch. I mean, y'all coming from YouTube to Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can catch me live on the weekends, on the weekdays, whenever. Like, you get what I'm saying? So pull up, man. I want to see who's coming. I want to see niggas from YouTube pull up to the Twitch, man. That's how I know y'all really rocking with a kid. Facts. That's how I know y'all really rock with a nigga. If y'all come from YouTube to Twitch, gangster. Because I got more followers on YouTube than I got on Twitch. You get what I'm saying? So if the followers from YouTube go to Twitch, that's how I know y'all really rocking with a nigga. Facts. But without further ado, man, let's get into this video. I make sure I hope y'all love it. And let's get to it.
Corey facing the big house, as Kyle Massey, former Disney Channel star, was charged with sending explicit pictures of himself to a 13-year-old girl.
Nah, see, it's always what do people like? No, seriously, because even with the Jeffrey Epstein shit that's going on right now, even with the R. Kelly shit, even before with fucking I said before with the R. Kelly shit. I mean the Diddy shit, and before the R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and all these other niggas, right? And I'm not saying I get it on why they're doing it. No, I'm not saying I get anything. I'm fucking actually confused. But my thing is, why do niggas always gotta go for kids? What do, like, huh? And the more that shit is starting to unravel with this Jeffrey Epstein, and make sure y'all stay tuned because we're gonna watch that today too. We locking in with that shit today too. I ain't gonna front. I feel like, I don't know. I think it's that the fact that kids are so pure. They have purity. Like, you get what I'm saying? They're young. They're not misconceived. They don't have no ill will, no negative thoughts, none of that. Like, none of that an adult will have because they experience through life. You get what I'm saying? The kid is so pure. They so innocent. You get what I'm saying? They not tainted with no nothing. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what niggas get out of that shit. But that shit is still weird, bro. Like, I can't accept that, bro. That's what I was saying. I was just saying, like, that shit is just so creepy to me, and I would never understand why do niggas do that, bro. Like, that shit is so fucking weird. Like, it's mad weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit is mad weird, bro. Like, deadass, that shit is mad weird. But let's get into this shit, though. My fault.
But Kyle claims that this was nothing more than an extortion attempt, even though his response had everyone scratching their head.
My response to those allegations are that, first off, we would need to go back.
Soon as he said first off, I knew my boy was lying. Kyle Massey is another classic example of our childhood nostalgia.
And it's funny because when you look at Kyle Massey, you have him, you got Orlando Brown. Mind you, they was both on That's So Raven. All three of them niggas was on That's So Raven, and it's so crazy how each one of them is dead ass mad weird. Like something, you can tell something happened beyond Disney, like behind the scenes of Disney or whatever, that these niggas became weird, bro. Dead ass. Like Orlando Brown, mad weird. I ain't gonna lie, he be having his moments where he be talking some shit. Like he really be knowing what's going on. But he have to, I feel like that's an act. That's a Raven, I forgot, Raven Simone. She be on her weird shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have y'all seen a couple of things she be a little bit? And then you got this nigga. See, he don't really be an alarm like the other two. But that shit crazy,
getting
bro.
destroyed by adult criminal behavior.
Shit make me never want to put my kids can't go, no, nothing that got to do with Disney, Hollywood, Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, none of that. I don't give a fuck, cartoon, nothing. They can't do none of that. Regular fucking nothing. They can't do nothing. They can't even do a Band-Aid brand. Fuck is you talking about? They can't do nothing.
And today we are going to deep dive into the entire story because this one is unbelievable. Kyle Massey's entry into the entertainment industry wasn't fueled by ambition, nor was it a lifelong dream. Kyle was introduced to the business through his older brother Chris, who was best.
I didn't even know that's his brother. What the fuck? I didn't know that. Did I know that? I feel like I did, but forgot about it. Because they do look alike.
Known for his role as Michael on the Nickelodeon sitcom Zoe 101.
I did, but I forgot.
Nice shooting. Yeah, Zoe. That was dripping.
Kyle would tag.
And they sound just alike, too. I swear to God. Them niggas sound just alike. No cap.
Along with his
parents, if you...
Them niggas sound just alike. I didn't know those was brothers. I didn't know they was brothers. That's tough. I like that.
His mother and his brother to auditions, which ultimately led to him auditioning and getting his first job.
It was his audition, and then they just pulled me in by accident. And once they tried to pull me in, my mom was like, "Oh, like, don't take him. Like, he not gonna act right."
He not gonna act
yeah,
right.
my mom was.
This is Raven Simone. I think this is Raven and her wife. This is dead ass her wife. This is who I was just talking about. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I don't want him ruining the chances for my son that can do the right thing,
So
right?
you acting crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
I was acting crazy. But they ended up pulling me in the audition. I ended up getting the job. And that
From
was...
your brother? You took it from your brother?
Took it from my brother.
Hilarious. I didn't know that.
Crazy.
The family moved
That's
from
tough.
Atlanta to...
That's tough. I don't... Oh my God. Why I don't have enough... Yo, nah, I gotta fix this game. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Recordings. We're gonna browse that. Let's take it to... Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. That should work now. That should work now. That shit is pissing me off. But what I was gonna say was, now that I mean, that's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. It's like the opportunity presented itself. It looked like it worked out for him, because who knows? His brother could have auditioned for it and he would have never got it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, in a sense, it was a win-win situation, and if you think about it.
Los Angeles, where both brothers continued trying out for film and television. Kyle nearly landed the role of Beans on the Disney Channel show Even Stevens, but instead, the executive producers of Even Stevens were working on a show called That's So Raven and decided to give Kyle a role on that show, which ended up being one of the most successful shows in Disney Channel history. That's So Raven follows Raven Baxter, a teen girl who has psychic visions that sometimes predict the future. The show had a repetitive and predictable formula, but it was honestly genius. Every episode would essentially start with Raven having a vision of something bad, dangerous, scary, or awkward that might happen in the future. She would then spend the entire episode desperately trying to stop that outcome, only for her overreactions and interference to be the very thing that causes the vision to come true. But the reason why the show was so popular was less about the plot and more about Raven's chemistry with her best friends, Eddie and Chelsea, as well as her dynamic with her family, which included her younger brother Corey, played by Kyle Massey. Corey...
Facts. And I ain't gonna lie, they had the most fires crib I ever seen in my entire life, gang. Them niggas had a dining room set in the living room. That shit was so beautiful. I never seen that in my life. Like, I ain't gonna lie, when I watched That's So Raven, I swear to God, my nigga, I'm thinking like, yo, this is what a true successful black family looks like. That ass. That's how I was looking at 6, 7 years old, 5 years old. I'm like, yo, this is what a real successful lifestyle look like.
Is introduced as a clever, mischievous kid who is always plotting on how to make quick money, impress his friends, or get one over on people. Plot played by Kyle Massey. Corey is introduced as a clever, mischievous kid who is always plotting on how to make quick money, impress his friends, or get one over on people.
Mom? Dad? I am so disappointed!
Very similar to the character of Megan on Drake and Josh, Corey is super confident, sometimes cocky, often believing he's outsmarted everyone around him.
Hey, Corey, what's with the snorkel? How do you breathe?
I don't. That's kind of the point.
Raven and Corey's sibling rivalry revolves around the two constantly teasing and undermining one another, which felt like a relatable sibling experience that is rarely shown on TV.
Why'd you always have to follow me? I was using your big head to block out the sun.
I'm just making sure. I'm like, why the quality look like that's just the TV?
The only thing that made Corey unrealistic as a character is that he was way funnier and more charismatic than a real-life younger brother.
Hand over the phone, worm.
Don't look at me, the boy is good.
And my nickname isn't Worm or Maggie, it's Dr. Love.
But despite Corey and Raven constantly bickering and fighting, they have deep, familial, unconditional love for each other.
Corey, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm so proud of you. I never thought I'd say this. Thanks for having my back.
That's So Raven was a massive hit from the beginning, debuting to 3.4 million viewers, which was higher than any Disney original series premiere at that time. It continued to grow.
God damn. Fuck. Wait, go back for a second. Future former Comedy Show star Raven Simone, the program also set network original series record among 6 through, I don't know what that is.
Viewers, which was higher than any Disney original series premiere at that time. It continued to grow drastically. Even a random episode deep into season 3 would secure as much as 5 million viewers. The show and cast.
What? Is this all? God damn. On a random? Jeff Man and Raven. 5, 4, 4.4. God damn, like.
We'll pay.
Fuck. Now I see why they had to make another version of it when they was older. God damn.
Were nominated for various awards over 30 times. They wrote books based around the show, sold video games, and even were nominated for 2 Emmys. After 100 episodes, That's So Raven redefined the Disney Channel, and executives were trying to milk Raven Simone's popularity for as long as possible, which ended up benefiting Kyle Massey significantly. Disney Channel executives pitched That's So Raven 2, which was going to be a show that follows Raven to college, but Raven had been working in the entertainment industry since she was 3 years old and wanted to retire by age 18, so she ultimately decided not to take on a new role, which forced.
So we were supposed to get a. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I did not know that. That would have been tough. That would have been tough. That right there would have been probably right under That's So Raven. The way it would have followed, and you would have threw him in there, you would have threw Chris Massey, you would have threw the father, you would have threw the 2 best friends in there, because the 2 best friends would have been probably going to college with her, or one of them, like Chelsea. And then you got the other friend, he don't usually go to the school, but he just always at the school. Then you got her brother who actually graduated early and ended up going to her school because he just wanted to fucking, you get what I'm saying? That would have been fucking, oh my God. And then dad, you know, dad liked to cook and he was a chef and this shit, so he could have been a school cook and and then the mom could have been a nurse. You could have still had everybody in the fucking show and it would have been working. Oh Oh my God!
The network
Facts!
to shift focus and develop
Facts!
a spinoff around Kyle Massey instead. But first, picture this. You're about to board a plane and you notice one of the engines is smoking. There's a good reason that you wouldn't trust that plane. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Morgan & Morgan has a proven track record of fighting for the people for over 35 years. With over $30 billion recovered for their clients, Morgan & Morgan knows a thing or two about fighting to get you the compensation you deserve. Hiring Morgan & Morgan follows Corey Baxter as he Corey in the House follows Corey Baxter as he leaves San Francisco and moves to Washington, D.C. to live in the White House. Corey's father, Victor Baxter, is hired as the personal chef to the President of the United States. As soon as he gets there, Corey wastes no time getting into trouble, but the chaos is more ridiculous because they are inside the most powerful government building in the world.
And there's the steak.
All right, back up. I've got some work to do, okay? I am going to fix this with Krama Parum's old-timey Bahavian stain remover. A splash of yak milk.
Corey's plans usually clash with the strict rules and routines of presidential life, leading to comedic situations involving Secret Service agents and the presidential family.
He could lick my hand all day.
What a nigga eyes bloodshot red.
While Corey in the House was not as popular nor culturally iconic as That's So Raven, it maintained solid cable ratings. Sometimes it would rank as the network's most watched show for that week. The show was originally planned for 3 seasons, however, during the filming of a season 2 episode in which Corey goes overboard on a large boat, an accident occurred. Because the boat was rented, the crew couldn't make the usual modifications to ensure safety while filming. The plan was for Kyle to say his lines at the edge of the boat, then a stunt person would step in to leap off the side of the boat and drop onto a stack of thick padded mats below. Instead, Kyle jumped over the edge of the boat himself. Kyle thought it would be really funny if he did the fall. When Kyle fell off the boat, he hit the mat at an angle, rolling off and smashing his head on the concrete soundstage floor. He was rushed to the hospital. Once medically cleared, Massey returned to shoot more episodes for the season, but the show would ultimately be canceled for other reasons. And that's because at this time, the 2007 and 8 Writers Guild of America strike began, where TV and film writers refused to work due to being paid scraps compared to the massive profits the studios were making. The strike lasted 100 days and brought Hollywood to a standstill. Television shows shut down production, seasons got shortened or canceled, and scripted TV mostly disappeared for months while reality shows rushed in to fill the gap. Corey in the House was one of those shows that essentially ended because of the strike. In the end, Disney Channel aired 34 episodes of the show, but now Kyle Massey's future in Hollywood was uncertain. Like many child stars.
Damn. That's why. I didn't even know that, chat. I didn't even know that. I was too young.
Kyle was too associated with his youthful, exaggerated, safe, Disney-like persona, making it difficult for studios to cast him or market him as an adult. In 2010, he competed on the 11th season of Dancing with the Stars, where he and professional partner Lacey Schwimmer finished as runners-up in the competition. Still eager for work, he ended up taking on more family-friendly type jobs, securing a role on a Disney animated series called Fish Hooks, where he voiced a fish named Milo. The show
Did oh my god, I fucking forgot. Yo, what? This my what, nigga? Fish up my shit now. What a bro, we gotta play that song real quick. What a bro, we gotta play that song real quick. What a bro, we gotta play that song real quick. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? What?
That's rough. But hey, with Safe
What?
Flight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Anywhere I want.
I forgot, chat. No, like seriously, I deadass forgot. We might have to do that we might do that one day. Guess the Disney songs.
A lot of.
Might do some shit like that. That'd be fire. Guess the Disney songs would be tough. What he said? Guess that fire. He said. Who's that now? Get that to know. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry up and don't be late. 9, 10, 11, 12. Now they think I can tell. Like you mean, think you bell. Who's out? Ring them out. Hey, hey, la la la. Oh, la 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 la. and don't be late. 9, 10, 11, 12, gotta shake it, I can tell. Grab your friends, ring your bell. School's out, ring the bell. That fucking fire, nigga! That was that fire, nigga! What are we talking about? Say that's not that fire! Tell me that wasn't that fire! What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? 5, 6, 7 up. Hurry up and don't be late. 9, 10, 11, 12. Gotta shake it. Oh my god, like that shit just got me hot, Ty. That shit got me heated. I'm hyped. I hate these niggas. Get these niggas off my face. Get these niggas on my face. But nah, see? I forgot he was in that. That shit was clean.
Ran from 2010 to 2014, which was a consistent paycheck, but not exactly an illustrious Hollywood career. And like other former Disney stars, the press becomes thirsty for a shock-driven narrative. Leaked photos, exaggerated scandals, and rumors so they can say, remember this kid? Look how far they've fallen. Desperate for drama, rumors persisted that Kyle was dying from cancer. Kyle told ET, overnight it was trending on Twitter that I'm dying of cancer. I want to say
I heard of this.
first, I do not have cancer, and I don't know where this inconsiderate and insensitive rumor originated from. And looking back on this, I think another reason why rumors were being spread about Kyle Massey was because of his developing close relationship with Justin Bieber. Justin and Kyle developed a bond over them both being famous since a very young age.
Why are you always so burnt is what I want to know.
Shut up, bro. I'm not burnt, nigga. Burnt niggas don't eat filet.
Justin was likely a huge help in launching Kyle's rap career because his acting career wasn't working out. He got roles
He was rapping? Oh shit.
in a few direct-to-DVD films and TV shows like the superhero crime drama Gotham, as well as a recurring role in Cartoon Network's Mighty Magus Words. But Kyle still had the jovial, lovable kid persona and round baby face even as he aged into adulthood. And since he wasn't able to prove that he was all grown up on TV, he decided to pursue music, uploading hip-hop tracks to SoundCloud where he raps about having sex with women and getting money.
Niggas, they see me, I forward my motion, I'm dropping these hits while they flopping. Yo, give me sloppy toppy.
Now, I'm assuming that him becoming essentially a part of Justin Bieber's entourage is what helped him get connected with very successful artists, because he had a relative amount of success in music. He produced a song called Hard Work for French Montana in 2015, as well as featured on a song called Syrup with Soulja Boy. Then again, the rapper lifestyle can come with its own set of risks, and Kyle and his brother Chris would find that out the hard way. Chris was also frequently posted up in the studio with rappers and producers. At this point, I'm not sure if he was actually making any music or if he was just in there for the lifestyle, but he was definitely entrenched in the music industry. And in November of 2014, Chris Massey was throwing a party at his penthouse apartment when he asked rapper
Damn. It's like you make I don't know, man. It's like it's like either you gonna make movies, you're gonna continue to make movies. You might do a little bit of voiceovers, you might do a little bit of animations, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. If not, you're gonna get into rapping. You're gonna start rapping and shit. Now, if you a rapper and you're not putting out no music, you wind up getting into movies. It's like it's either or, bro. That's like like it is in the streets, gang. Dead eyes, just like how it is in the streets. It's switched up just a little bit because now you got the option to be a streamer and content creator. You know what I'm saying? But before, nigga, you had two options. Either you was going to be an NBA rapper, one of those two, businessman, get you a 9-to-5 regular nigga, live a good life, or you was going to be outside in the streets, robbing, stealing, killing, and shit like that. You only had two options back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Like, now you got multiple options. So now I be trying to tell my brother, yo, there's no reason for you to be broke. Gangster. Like, it might take some time for you to get the money or see the money come in, but there's no reason for you to be broke, gang. Go get you some money. Go get you some money, gang. Go make some content. Go do something that you love, that you know that's gonna make you money, and go do it, gang. Facts. There's no reason for no niggas not to be trying to make money. Like, it's okay not to have money, but if you're not trying to get it, you're a fucking buffoon, my nigga. You're dumb. You're wasting space on this earth, and you pack it up. Pack it up. How do I tell you?
reportedly music industry, and in November of 2014, Chris Massey was throwing a party at his penthouse apartment when he asked rapper Lil Twist to leave following an argument. Twist reportedly left, but returned roughly 30 minutes later with 4 other men and forced their way back inside. Once inside, they attacked Chris, reportedly beating him with brass knuckles, humiliating him, and stealing his wallet and cell phone. Chris required medical attention for his injuries, but denied speaking to the media. Twist was charged with 6 felonies, including burglary, battery, grand theft, criminal threats, and multiple counts of assault with a deadly weapon. He eventually
How do I tell you, I don't even know who Little Twist is.
pleaded no contest, but was sentenced to 1 year in jail in 2016, followed by probation. It was now the mid-2010s, and Kyle Massey was stuck in a situation most people can't relate to. His full-time job at this point seemed to be flying around the world with Justin Bieber, going to shows and concerts with him, partying with rappers and models, and witnessing the business deals Bieber was securing. Kyle was living the lifestyle of being extremely famous and successful, but as we know, he didn't have any current major film or TV roles to justify cozying up with the Kardashians, but rather
that is crazy.
that he was tagging.
I ain't gonna lie, that is crazy. You know who that is? I was looking at her like, well, her too. These two. I know these two. I know her more, but I'm like, this nigga like with the top tier. I'm talking top of the top group of bitches. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the bitches that you ever meet in real life. You ever get in a bedroom with them, you automatically gotta see that. These are the type of females that you have to risk it all. Like, you know you gotta risk it all. Because if you don't, your opportunity is right out the window. I ain't gonna lie.
Or TV roles to justify cozying up with the Kardashians, but rather that he was tagging alongside the biggest pop star of the 2010s. However, that almost changed in the summer of 2015 when Raven-Symoné and the original main cast of That's So Raven reunited in an appearance on The View. Notice how the interviewer asks what Kyle is working on, but he doesn't answer the question.
Actually, since That's So Raven, you went on to do a bunch of other shows and you came in second place on Dancing with the Stars, which was like awesome.
That's not bad. Shit.
So exciting. What are you working on now?
Well, I mean, I have a lot of different projects.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
People suspected that since the cast was reunited and Disney Channel was leaning into reboots after finding success with Girl Meets World, that maybe a That's So Raven reboot was coming, and we would later find out that it was. Only Kyle was not going to be invited. Even worse, he would also be accused of promising a 13-year-old girl that he could get her a role on that show, and would be charged with sending explicit pictures of himself to that child. The victim, who wasn't named due to her age, claimed she met Kyle when she was 4 years old, meaning Kyle was 18 or 19 and 2 years removed from the end of Cory in the House. Interested in pursuing a career in entertainment, she remained in contact with him, and Massey became close with her and her family. He later suggested that she travel from Seattle, Washington to live with him and his girlfriend in LA. The girl and her mother say Kyle held himself out as a father figure to her, and their contact increased in November 2018 when the girl expressed interest in a role on the rebooted version of That's So Raven. Raven's Home was the official spin-off that premiered in the summer of 2017.
Yeah, I never really watched this for real. Just don't hit the same. I ain't gonna lie.
And followed a similar plot as the original. Raven Baxter is now an adult single mother living in Chicago with her twin children, Booker and Nia, who have inherited her psychic abilities. The show reunites Raven with her best friend Chelsea and her father Victor, along with appearances by many other familiar characters from the original series. However,
why the fuck is she showing up? Did they get divorced?
along with appearances by many other familiar characters from the original series. However, Orlando Brown and Kyle Massey were left out. Massey told Perez Hilton, "As far as That's So Raven 2, I'm not really sure what part I will play in the show, if any. I spoke with Raven a few weeks ago, but we haven't officially secured anything yet. I would always be down to do a guest spot on her show. Raven can make it happen. Hell, who knows? I might have to bring Cory in the House back with a fake Donald Trump as president. You never know. Just know it's always a party when you get the gang back together." It was
that probably would have been fire. A nigga that's like Donald Trump in a sense, and that probably would have been sturdy.
It's clear that Kyle Massey didn't just want this opportunity, he needed it. However, he would never get a role on Raven's Home, nor would he get a reboot of his own show, and maybe that's a good thing. Massey's contact
parents of children who play.
No, that's crazy. Niggas that wonder when I'm eating. I'm fucking this shit up. I ain't got no snacks, chat. It's the only thing that's like sweet that I could eat. Like
with the underage victim.
No snacks. I gotta get some snacks, bro.
Increased heavily in November of 2018 because during that same month, the third season of Raven's Home planned on adding several new female characters ranging from 11 to 13 years old. Because Kyle had been a part of the original show, the alleged victim likely assumed that he had the connections necessary to help her get a role. And this is when Kyle contacted the girl's mother to invite the girl to stay with him and his girlfriend in Los Angeles so he could help her find an agent. However, a month later, he allegedly added the girl as a friend on Snapchat, and shortly after sent her numerous explicit text messages, images, and videos. When the allegations went public, Massey firmly denied any wrongdoing. No child should ever be exposed to explicit materials, and I unequivocally and categorically deny any alleged misconduct. He stated that in early 2019, the plaintiff's attorneys demanded $1.5 million and threatened to go public and damage his career if he refused to comply. My family and I reject this extortion attempt because I have faith that the legal process will reveal the truth. In response to the allegations, Kyle Massey's mother, Angel Massey, also took to social media to advocate for her son, using the hashtag #HeToo. Where's the justice for men? Women get to say stuff and do what they want and file lawsuits under Jane Doe. No, the mother's name is Kendra Andreas. My son's name is Kyle Massey. Kendra is another mother like me. Why does she not list her name in her complaint?
This is kinda. Got that. Sorry. I'm being an asshole. Sorry.
This is hashtag #HeToo. From there, Angel posted a few screenshots of several media outlets' coverage of the allegations against her son. Kyle Massey was accused of sending an inappropriate picture of his penis to a minor. The second image of this post, from her attorneys to me and Kyle's dad, clearly says Kyle sent the picture to Miss Andreas. Her daughter's last name is different. Kendra Andreas is a liar. Angel appears to suggest that the explicit material that Kyle sent was directed to the teen girl's mother and not the child. But we wouldn't get any closure on this case until 2 years later when the allegations resurfaced again in June of 2021, when he was charged with 1 count of immoral communication with a minor. The felony charge was filed in King County, Washington. Massey responded in a statement through his attorney, "It is unfortunate that Kyle Massey had to learn through the media yesterday that the 2019 allegations have resurfaced in the state of Washington, a year after their dismissal. Massey's team alleged that the accusers were attempting to use the Washington courts as a platform for revenge after losing the civil matter in California." According to Massey's legal team, Kyle was never properly served or notified about this charge by the court, which is why when he didn't show up for his arraignment on July 13th, a King County judge issued a $100,000 arrest warrant, drawing even more attention to the case. Public court records later indicated that the warrant remains active, but there are no publicly available records confirming that Massey was ever taken into custody on that warrant. He said, "The date and time that they claimed they arrested me, I just so happened to be filming a TV show with the production timestamp in front of 200 witnesses." Basically, Massey is accusing the courts of lying and creating a fake arrest. According to Massey, he has never been provided booking photos, fingerprints, or jail documentation that would normally accompany an arrest. He said, "After that, they basically used that fake arrest to get me my court date that I didn't show up to that got me to my warrant." Whether this reflects an error made by the courts, a miscommunication between agencies, or a corrupt system out to get him remains unclear. But this discrepancy became central to his defense. And in a shocking twist that nobody expected, Kyle actually claimed that he was the victim of abuse from the mother of the girl that was pressing charges against him.
That mother had an inappropriate relationship with me since I was a kid, when I was 15. Now I can sit here and I can like look at you and say it without breaking down. But you gotta understand, this was like one of the hardest moments in my life because the person that took advantage of me when I was a child is now painting me as the predator.
According to his lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, Massey met the mother, Kendra Andreas.
I ain't even gonna get too much into that, bro. But niggas got their own stories. How do I tell you? But what I'm gonna say is that's really a touchy subject for a lot of men, because you expect, and I'm not saying it's a good thing either, but you expect 9 out of 10 for a female to go through those things more than a man. But Don't let that fucking confuse you. Don't let that guide your judgment, because there's women out there that take advantage of little boys too. You get what I'm saying? So don't, you know what I'm saying? And but for a boy, it don't, for you it don't seem or deem unforgettable, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it like, to us it don't seem wrong in a sense. Like it don't seem like, oh nah, how could you do this? You're a weirdo, like blah 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 blah. You know, it's like, shit, I got some, you know what I mean? And that's how you know what I mean? And that's not cool to think as a kid though, you feel me? But damn, shit crazy. Crazy.
Reyes in California in 2007, 2 years before the mother claims that they met and when the actor was just 15. The claims that Massey portrayed himself as a father figure to her child are misleading, arguing that it was Miss Andreas who wanted him to fill that role. Even in the police statement, the mother says Mr. Massey was promising her, the mother, to marry her, the mother, and for them to move. The lawyer also referenced a potential witness who claimed the mother said that she was trying to get that Disney money and eventually have a baby with the actor. Kyle defended his relationship with the daughter by claiming he had a history of mentoring and supporting aspiring performers. And I did it just out of the grace of my heart, just because I know how much I've been helped along my path. So as far as this girl, the whole me helping her situation was just another person that I was trying to help. Massey reiterated that he has been famous since the age of 8. He said that when he was a 16-year-old superstar and among the most famous African Americans in the country, he frequently met 12-year-olds with dreams, adding that many of those individuals later found success, which he attributed to his guidance. But then his story slightly changed, going from "this is absolute nonsense extortion" to "well, it was an accident." Kyle acknowledged accidentally sending the daughter what his lawyer described as an inadvertent disclosure that was not meant for the child. They said there was some accidental communication where there was something sent, and then right after it was "that wasn't for you" type of situation, but that was it. Besides that, Kyle does have a somewhat decent defense here. The mother claims,
"Have you ever felt
I could get by that. I could get by that, and I could understand that because shit, I've done that before. I sent out a text to some, not a little girl. Let's get that straight. Never happened. But I ain't gonna lie, I sent that to somebody's moms. That's all I was saying. I would send that to somebody's moms. They know who they are. You feel me? And it was truly an accident. Niggas believe me? Niggas don't believe me to this day. I don't know how to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. But it was an accident. You feel me? Did I ever do it again? No. But you get what I'm saying? So I could get that. You do something by an accident. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you would have kept doing it, then it's a different story. But if it was a one at a time deal, you was like, yo, it wasn't even meant for you, and that was it, then that was it. You feel me? I could respect that. I could get behind that. Respect
met her daughter when she was 4. Well, how else would he meet a 4-year-old? Not online, that's for sure. Kyle claims that the mother pursued him, groomed him to be her partner and a father figure to the child when he was also underage, which is not that hard to believe considering the countless horror stories we have heard from previous Disney and Nickelodeon stars. So yeah, it is possible that some crazy lady saw Kyle Massey, a 15-year-old Disney star, and decided to groom him and think, oh, he's probably rich and loaded and we're gonna have a family one day. It's possible. Regardless of that, Kyle initially said this entire situation was baseless extortion, then admits that he was not only communicating with this minor consistently over the course of many years, but also admitting to sending explicit material to that child, but just trying to say it was an accident and intended for the mother. So even in this messy case that's full of he said, she said, there's still an admission that something happened that never should have happened in the first place. But it's been 5 years since he received this charge, and the case against Massey hasn't been resolved, and an outcome has not been confirmed. During this time, Kyle continued to flood his Instagram with pictures of him hanging out with celebrities, rappers, and internet influencers, although he didn't post much with his longtime buddy Bieber. It seemed like he had developed enough friendships in LA or maintained just enough fame to be in the mix with new stars, but his career was far from thriving. He struggled to get anything more than an extra role on a low-budget film. Far from thriving.
That company, Mighty Magic Swords, don't look short film. I got the hookups. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Dutch. Millennials.
Thriving. He struggled to get anything more than an extra role on a low-budget film. He did secure a recurring role on a 2021 sitcom called Millennials that was canceled after 2 seasons. But after these allegations hit, he has not had a job in Hollywood, and he hasn't posted on social media in years. However, his old co-star Orlando Brown was not going to let him forget about what he did.
Oh, Kyle, did you go to court yet, nigga?
I hate this nigga.
For showing your dick to that 14-year-old? Because you'll never be me, nigga. You need to go to court first and handle your problems and fix the things you do with your little dick. Okay?
These days, the only time
Yo, he's wildin'.
you see Kyle on the internet is the occasional podcast, but I also noticed that he drops music consistently but doesn't tell anyone about it or promote it. One of his more recent songs was called Trumpet, which was a celebration song for Donald Trump being re-elected.
I can't lie, they want that trumpet. You know the vibes, Joe Biden lied.
Kyle Massey was another Disney kid who grew up inside a machine that rewarded fame before maturity, and as a result, he led a life where he failed to grow up at best and committed horrific crimes against children at worst. Whether Kyle Massey was
Cause I ain't gonna lie, like it's one thing, and I see that with a lot of Disney stars, it's hard for them to get into more serious roles, all those type of roles that, you know what I'm saying, and that's why they have a hard life or shit just go wrong. But I also realized like these niggas be that are shit. I don't even know what I was gonna say. I understand.
by the system, the people around him, or his own decisions, the result is the same. A once childhood icon's reputation is now permanently destroyed. The craziest part is the same thing happened to his That's So Raven co-star Orlando Brown, who suffered one of the most obscure downfalls we have ever seen. But you can hear about that story in this video.
And that's a video for another day, because that nigga is a different breed. I'm not gonna lie. He's definitely a different breed. Might have to check that shit out, chat. Okay. Anyways, that's it for the video, man. Make sure I like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure I turn on that post. Make sure that I have bells on so y'all know when I upload. If y'all watching this from YouTube, hi YouTube, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all go and look at the description box down below, and make sure y'all go follow the Twitch. Make sure y'all go follow the Reddit, TikTok, Discord, Facebook, Instagram, all my social media is gonna be in the link in the description box, and there's a link in the description box down below. And yeah, without further ado, man, we out. Peace.